Hey everyone, what's up? It's Kahoob here. In today's video, I want to go over my Bitcoin price prediction as, it just turned to be 2023, so we're in a new year. I am a bit late. It's almost the end of January, but thought I would upload it before January ended. And each year I thought maybe I'd do a price prediction and then at the end of each year go back and kind of see where it's at and see how accurate I was each and every year. And maybe I can improve my predictions and what I base it off of and everything. But anyways, let's get into some details about Bitcoin and the current bear market, and when will we start to see a bull market, and when will we see new all-time highs and such with Bitcoin specifically. So not going to be talking about any altcoins or anything like that in this video. So there's a few charts that I think are pretty cool to look at. This is one I really like. Sorry about changing that. I don't know if they have a dark screen or not. Would be nice if they had that. It doesn't look like it. So sorry about that brightness. But anyways, it's called lookintobitcoin.com, and we can look at Bitcoin profitable days. And it tells you the number of days of profitable of holding Bitcoin. So there's 3,927 days that it's profitable for you to be holding Bitcoin. The total number of days of Bitcoin existing for you to even be able to buy it is 4,539, while the percent profitable days holding Bitcoin is 86.5%. So this basically bases it off of here, one second. Sorry, my dog was chewing on the wall. But anyways, so what this chart does is basically takes the whole existence of Bitcoin ever existing for people to be able to buy it, and then also calculates, like as I said, it tells you the number of days and all that. So it basically, I already kind of explained it how it works. So we can see from down here from 2010, and anywhere where it's green on this chart, it means it was profitable for you to buy and hold. So even all the way up until the year 2020, it was profitable to buy Bitcoin and hold. Even, let's see, there may be some days, okay, like December 27th, 2020, that would be an unprofitable day to be buying Bitcoin, as well as December 23rd and December 21st. But in November 2020, it was profitable to be buying Bitcoin. This is also at break even. I think it's green if it's break even. But then we can see there was in between Bitcoin's existence of basically being January 2021 up until like August 2022. It was unprofitable to be buying Bitcoin. But look at this overall chart of when it was profitable to buy and hold Bitcoin. Every single time, from all the way from 2010 to 2019 to 2020 area, it was profitable for you to buy Bitcoin and hold any time throughout that. It doesn't matter what price you bought at within those years. It would be profitable currently. Now there is a small chart where it's not profitable, but we're going to wait till the next Bitcoin halving for the next Bitcoin bull run for this to skyrocket back up and for this to turn green, basically. But yeah, and there's an 86.5% that is profitable of days that's holding Bitcoin. So basically, you have an 86.5% chance to be profitable holding your Bitcoin. So if you're down on your Bitcoin, just don't sell. Just hold on to it if you can. If you need to sell, then that's unfortunate. But if you have to, then you have to. But don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And also, that's a statement I want to make another video talking about and kind of discussing what that even means exactly. But there's some other charts I want to show, but one second. I think my dog is chewing on a boot. Okay, I am back, and here's a chart. If you want to see if Bitcoin is doing good or not, don't base it on the Bitcoin's price, but base it on the hash rate, if anything. So we can see the Bitcoin hash rate is actually the blue right here. So yeah, let's see if we can zoom out. Oh, here we go. All. Perfect. So this is ever since Bitcoin's existence and its hash rate. So we can see its terahashes that it's forming as well, which is the blue, as well as the price, which is black. And just look at the blue, which is the hash rate of Bitcoin mining. It's going up and up and up. And yeah, it spiked down in 2021, but then it skyrocketed back up. And as we can see, it's currently making all-time highs. In 2022 and 2023, it's making all-time highs of hash rate, which means the Bitcoin network is just succeeding and doing really well. The price doesn't really matter as much because eventually the price will equal out to what the hash rate is doing. So now if the hash rate was crashing and failing and going down tremendously to like 2014 levels, then yeah, Bitcoin may be failing, but it's not doing that. So even the drop here was not that. I mean, it was kind of a big drop, but it wasn't as low as it could have been, all the way down to where 2016 is. So I focus more on the hash rate than the actual price to determine if Bitcoin is doing well or not. And then I was talking about the Bitcoin halving and the next bull run. So they're very correlated. So what I've noticed, looking at charts from past history of since Bitcoin has existed, as well as even experiencing it myself in 2020, because I first bought my first Bitcoin in 2019. So even though I knew about it since like 2013, but I experienced it myself going into the Bitcoin halving and seeing how the bull run was correlated to it. And to be honest, I didn't stack enough Bitcoin as I hoped I could have when Bitcoin was at $5,000 to $10,000. As you know, I was there to see Bitcoin crash with the COVID crash and see it go down all the way to like what was it, like 5,000, I think, or so, even maybe a bit below. But yeah, so I was involved with it then, and I didn't really believe in the whole, after the halving, that, a bit later within that year, Bitcoin skyrockets, makes new all-time highs. I was like, okay, you know what? If it happens, awesome, but I'm not going to base all my investment decisions on that. Unfortunately, I actually should have, because that's what ended up happening. And so now I'm truly convicted that's what's going to happen next bull run. I really believe it. So I'm really planning out this time for that to actually occur, even though the past does not represent the future. So past things that has happened with Bitcoin does not mean in the future it's going to happen. But historically speaking, it has always happened with every single halving. And so I don't see why this one would be any different. But that's my personal opinion. So it's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. But we can go to the Bitcoin halving clock. It's around 432 days to go until the next Bitcoin halving, or 467 days. It's just, you can go on a bunch of different websites, and they'll give you a description. For every 210,000 blocks that are mined, that's when a Bitcoin halving occurs. And for one block to be mined, on average, it's around 10 minutes. So you do 210,000 blocks times 10. That gives you every 4 years. And right now it says the block reward is 6.25 Bitcoin per block, and it will decrease to 3.125 Bitcoin per block post halving, which is really interesting because you can see it. As Bitcoin is deflationary, which is really nice. And also, the cool thing is the next Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin will actually be less inflationary than gold, because technically Bitcoin is inflationary, but over time it gets less inflationary after each and every halving. So that's why it's considered deflationary, because there'll never be more than 21 million Bitcoin, and also the supply that's being released out will continue to lower and lower. So now that I'm talking about all this, I kind of want to get into my predictions. So for the year of 2023, by the end of this year, I personally don't think, here, let's go on CoinGecko. I personally don't think Bitcoin will be above 60,000 by the end of this year. I really don't. And, that may be very unfortunate to say. And that may, be not, I'm not going to make a clickbait like type title, Bitcoin's going to 60,000 by the end of this year, stack up. Like, no, I'm not going to do anything like that, because based on everything I've seen, and based on all the statistics I've seen and all that, and all these charts, and what I've experienced as well, Bitcoin will probably stay below, I'm going to say below 30,000 throughout this year, maybe below 40,000, maybe we'll get lucky, it'll go up to 40,000, but I'm going to say, I'm going to say more towards, it's going to stay below 30,000, I'll go with. Even though Bitcoin is currently at 21,000 and getting close up there, I don't think it's going to go above 30,000 this year. But, that's more of a conservative prediction. If I wasn't going to be as conservative, I would probably say below 40,000 this year. But if you're talking about 2024 and 2025, I'll say 6 months after the next Bitcoin halving, that's when the bull run will start, to where Bitcoin will start skyrocketing up and breaking all new all-time highs. So Bitcoin will break new all-time highs, but that will be in 6 months after the next halving, which will be the start. So it's not going to break a new all-time high 6 months within the next halving, but it's going to do it after that. So I would say within a year after that. So we still have quite a while to go. So if your goal is to get up to 1 Bitcoin or half a Bitcoin or even a quarter Bitcoin, whatever your goal is, or even a tenth of a Bitcoin, whatever your goal is, you still have a lot of time to be stacking. Just my advice is dollar cost average. That's what I do. Dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and do cold storage as well. You know, a Ledger Nano is fine. It's not the best, but it's not the worst either. So, you know, or a Trezor, but that's also not the best or the worst. There's other hardware wallets out there that could be a lot better. I recommend getting a Bitcoin only hardware wallet as well as a fully air gapped one. So make sure it's Bitcoin only and fully air gapped, and you're good to go. Now, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. That's what I'll say. So this video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to end it here. But just I'll give my final say is my Bitcoin price prediction for 2023 is below 30,000. But if that's wrong, my second guess is below 40,000. If that's wrong, then I don't know. But yeah, then maybe I'm wrong about everything. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this year goes. And I'm more excited for the next bull run. So 2024 and 2025 will be a lot more exciting. So yeah, I'll see you all in my next video.